Hey everybody, it's Chris. Today we're looking at the new Trooper bag that Dynamic just released. As you can see, it's very similar to the old Trooper. This is my Trooper that I've had for a couple years, and you can actually go back on the page. I'll link the video, but it's one I reviewed a couple years ago, and I've been using it ever since. I am a huge fan of the Trooper bag. I love it for quick rounds. I love it for super hilly rounds. I can still put water in it, but when I just don't want to carry as much stuff, it's great. I've compared it to carrying an old Jansport backpack with a couple books in it. It's not heavy, it just rides well. I've always appreciated it. So this is the new version. So let's look at a couple of the differences. Front, obviously it says Trooper. That's a difference, but nothing major. Let's look up top. We got the handle on the new bag. You actually have two D-rings up here, and I like that. It's going to allow you to clip tags or whale sack or anything you want up top in there. Water bottle setup is the same. On the back, we'll find the second difference. You know, the Trooper has always had this little pocket where I've kept my scorecard and my pencils and other stuff like that. On the new version of the bag, there's actually one on each side. So you actually have storage on both sides like that. So it's allowed me to separate, like I put my whale sack on one side, I put my pencils on the other. I mean, you can pick and choose what you put where, but it's nice to have that option of another storage place. Other than that, the bag looks and feels very similar to the old run. I am going to take it out on the course to look at it, but we'll take a look at capacity real fast. This is going to be very similar. I got my full Hydro Flask zipped into this pocket. This pocket actually does expand. You can actually fit more stuff in there if you needed to, but it's a Hydro Flask or an Nalgene bottle holder. I've got 3 putters in the putter pocket along with some towels. You can actually fit more putters in there if you need to. I just don't like to cram it. I feel like 3 is stretching it when you're trying to put stuff in. I feel like you can put in 2 really easy, and then after that you just kind of have to work in one at a time. So 3 is usually my comfort level, and that's because I have towels in there too. If I took them out, it'd be quite a bit easier to get stuff in. Just like the Cadet yesterday, I got my 4 Truths, a Justice, Heart, 2 Judges, 3 Escapes, 2 Getaways, a Pioneer, and 2 Raiders. So 16 discs on the bottom, 3 putters up top. That's pretty good capacity, especially for such a lightweight bag. And again, I've got a full Hydro Flask in there, so that's adding quite a bit of weight all by itself. On the side pocket, I've got my dog leashes, sunscreen, bug spray, so pretty decent area there. You could zip in your keys or anything else you needed to, or you can use the side pockets for that. Speaking of the side pockets, I know we talked about them, but here I've got whale sack, mini, and honestly, this has a lot of space that I'm not using. As you can see my hand, it's this whole side panel, so you actually can squeeze quite a bit of stuff in there, and because it's high up, it's not affecting the discs. It's actually it's on the putter section more than it is on the lower disc area section. And this pocket's the exact same size, so I've got some Sharpies and some pencils in there. So great capacity, easy to carry, feels like a backpack on your back. I've always liked the Trooper. This new version seems to be a good version as well. So I'm going to go out on the course, throw it or video it a little bit, but in general, I've always loved the Trooper, I've always been a fan, and this version is right in line with the original. So, alright, so here we go out to the course. You're going to see a couple single strap carries. This bag is super light, it fits very comfortably on your shoulder, and you're going to see me pull discs from different areas. That top pull, you saw how things are arranged, there's some towels in there, so a little bit of stick, but easy to get out. From the center of the bag, this putter came out absolutely no problem, and the bag sits well on the ground. It has a plate that folds down into the base of the bag that gives a nice rigidity, a little bit of structure to the bag so it can sit well when you're putting it down. Here again, single shoulder carry, disc from more on the right side. You'll see a little bit of resistance there just because of how the entry is shaped, but don't think that's hard to get out. That's just a normal pull from the side of the bag. Nice and easy to get the disc out overall. That was a Lucid X Truth around the corner. I'm giving the bag full credit for this shot. And then we're going to go into Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl mode, motor up to the basket, pick up the birdie, and move on to the next hole. For this last one from the left side, this is a Raider all the way over on the corner. You can see it pulls out nicely as well. Bag sits super well on the ground. This is my brother Eric. He caddied for me while I was in Michigan. We went out and shot some footage. He's 6'1", so quite a bit lankier. He thought the bag fit really nicely on his frame as well. Okay, so at this point we're almost 3 weeks removed from the beginning of this Trooper review, and what I decided was that I really wanted to put it through its paces a little bit more than just a single round. I wanted to see how it would feel. So this bag has actually been to Michigan with me. I played a partial round there on my brother's back. He's 6'1", as you saw him walking with it. He's got a different frame than I do, but he thought it carried comfortably. It's been on a few different courses. It's been fully loaded. Like tonight it was 96 degrees. I had a full bag. I had water in the pocket. I learned that not only can you put water in this pocket, you can also fit bug spray in there with the water. So that was pretty nice. Full Hydro Flask and bug spray. You can see I've been using the D-rings for the whale sack on the top. And I haven't put tags on the side. I've been debating whether I want to do that or not. I tend not to like the noise, and that's my hang up there, but I might put something up there. Anyway, the bag's been fully loaded. I've actually carried it with a partial load as well, just to see how it would carry nicely. I mean, like it's like a backpack, like the original Trooper. Yeah, and it seems to be holding up well. I don't see any tears, I don't see any stitching. It's kind of what I was testing for, just to see how would it take that initial stress, and I think it's doing great. So I think that at this point I can comfortably say it looks like a worthy successor to the original Trooper. I like the additions of the D-rings, I like that extra pocket, so at a $40 price point this is a really nice bag for a beginner or somebody who's just starting to really get into the sport. I mean, it's not a full tournament bag. Don't compare it again to that $160 to $200 bag. It is a $40 bag, but I think it's a good quality buy, especially if you're just wanting to do quick rounds and stuff like that. So if you have any questions or comments, please put them below so I can get back to you. I always love doing that. As always, thank you so much for watching. Nate.